Yeah, look, it was a great start. It's great to get a bonus point win. I think our first half was really, really good. I think then the second half we deteriorated a bit. So we reviewed it last night. We had a really good review and a really good session after it. So yeah, we're really looking forward going into this weekend now. Really good. Yeah, no, we've loads of new girls coming in this season. Like we had six debutantes on Saturday, which is great. We've a really young team. We've loads of girls from the under 20s as well who played with Ireland during the summer. And yeah, it's a great mix of girls. We've loads of experience and loads of new ones as well. And like even the new ones are so experienced for being so young too, like with Irish caps under their belt. So it's been really good. I think we're mixing really well. Yeah, I think we're really looking forward to this game. I think we always look forward to playing Leinster. I think we really put up a good game against us, and yeah, I think we're focusing on our own game this week. We trained really well last night, and we've big plans now for tomorrow night as well for our session. So I think we're just going to focus on our own performance and fixing all the wrongs that were made last weekend and really improving our game this week. Yeah, so I think the main thing was we didn't have much possession of the ball. I think we weren't as connected as we wanted to be in defence either. So I think going into this week, we've really nailed down on our attack and we're looking at that and getting that ball wide and feeding our wingers. Like, Alana scored three brilliant tries at the weekend and Chisholm had her moment of magic as well. So we're going to look to hit them wide definitely. And then defensively, I think we just need to be more connected. I know Leinster, they have great ball carriers and really strong players, so we know what they're coming with. We know they like to keep the ball alive and their offloading game. So I think we're really gonna have a look at that. But yeah, we're really looking forward to it. Having that experience as well, it's I'm able to hold girls to standards and we hold each other accountable for things. I think the level every year, uh, the standard is just growing and is getting higher and higher. So yeah, I think and a lot of the girls have been open to that environment as well. Like the under 20s girls, the under 18s had a campaign in was March and they had sevens campaign. So there's a lot of girls who have had experience in green jerseys who are holding standards high.
Yeah, no, look, I'm really excited to be back in Munster this summer. I think first and foremost, got a really good group of girls and a really good group of players that I love to work with. But for me, taking that Irish 20s head coach role always meant that it was going to be really difficult for me to be involved this summer. Fiona was just really, amenable to me missing a few weeks in July and when I was away with the 20s. So I'm delighted to be a part of this coaching ticket. I love working with Fiona. We've had a good few years where we've worked together and not worked together now over the last 12, 18 months. So it's great to get back in with her. And look, you couldn't get a more passionate coach than Fiona. She's got this ability to bring players along with her that I get to learn from. And so it's great. So I'm really enjoying just being back in and around it and learning as much as I can. Yeah, look, I think from an overall picture, getting 5 points against Ulster was really, really satisfying for us. I think we were there's loads of factors in and around that 80-minute performance. I think number one, Ulster got really strong and good coaching. We're really well organised. Number two, it was first game and lots of new caps and getting to that pitch. And while you try and train at that intensity all the time, it's very difficult to match it. So I think we've got to give Ulster some credit around how they came out in that second half and really dominated us in terms of that possession and territory. And so there's been issues around stuff like that we've tried to work on around our ability to stay present and stay calm. I think it's been huge for us this week and really good review yesterday with the girls. They were look, they know themselves. I think those really experienced heads within the group are really good to drive what that looks like. And every time they put on that crest and that Munster shirt, there's a huge amount of pride that goes with it. So they know themselves that they weren't overly happy with elements of that game, but just really looking forward now to this week. I don't think when you get into an Interpro, you can't really look back. You've got to continue to move forward. And all you're looking for this weekend is getting better. And I think that's really big for us, our ability to get better week on week as coaches, as playing group, as a whole group, really. And then come 80 minutes, irrelevant of what the result looks like for Leinster, if we can go back and tick a few boxes, knowing that we've got game 3 coming up, then, we've got to be really satisfied with that. Yeah, look, obviously we picked up a few knocks, over the weekend and Aoife and stuff missing out in the first game, but most of them came through some sort of training last night, which is great. To be fair to our medical team, they worked overdrive on Monday and Tuesday to make sure that we had the best possible ability to get those players back in fit. So yeah, look, I think we're in a good stead. I think next 24 hours will be huge for us around who can train on Thursday and then see who we can select. I think this is just another game for us, really and truly. I think, yeah, you're right. It's a Munster-Leinster rivalry, but women's game is different. I think we've got 4 really top teams now that are competing. I think you saw that last week in that Leinster-Connacht game. I thought Connacht were really good for huge elements of that game as well. So, and we can't be humming on game 2. We want to keep driving to game 3 and 4, and we just want to keep incrementally getting better as we go on. I think this is almost like a sprint in terms of how we prepare for these interpros. You know, it's such a small window we get to have these players. I think we've got to make sure that come the end of this Interpro series, we've come out with better people, better players that can go into a club system, or an international system, whatever they go, and have learned a huge amount and have great memories from what they've taken with their time in Munster. So this week is very much about us getting better and continuously improving around certain elements of where we want to get to and what we want to do. So yeah, I do think we're just looking forward to another game. We get to right a few wrongs from last week, as Aoife said, but also just give opportunities to other players as well. I think that's going to be massive for us, continuing to get better as this group goes on.